Hello, Facebook. We're live here at the Nasdaq market site in Times Square. I'm your host, Josh Matches, and I'm joined by several speakers today who are at the Sisense Eureka conference. And today I'm joined by Jen Underwood, the founder of Impact Analytics. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. What a treat.
So for our friends who are watching live, can you tell us a little bit about what your company does?
So I essentially analyze the industry. I'm monitoring all the different news and the innovations early and testing the products hands-on.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So what are self-service analytics, and have they been a success in driving adoption and data-driven insights?
10 years ago in this space, self-service was pretty much unheard of. You'd have IT-led BI and analytics, and they prepared reports, and it took months to do this. When self-service came in, a non-technical user could essentially connect to data source and drag and drop very easily and get insights. That radically changed the game in the market. It was like a first wave of disruption we really saw in this market. And what it means is just enabling a less technical user to be proficient and functional with finding insights and data.
And how are you seeing kind of the adoption of self-service analytics?
So even though it was a lot easier, we still only see it maxes out about 30% of an organization that's willing and able and even motivated enough to give it a try. So we've maxed out, we've hovered about between 20 to 30% at this level.
And how is the market adjusting to address this problem?
Oh, it's fascinating. So we've talked about, and I've heard a few vendors talking about natural language and being able to communicate, ask questions, and get answers. Maybe it's through a search bar or even through Alexa, being just to simply ask. And that is changing again. So we're thinking about this next wave with artificial intelligence and these intelligent systems learning you as a person what's important to you, learning the data automatically, and being able to just ask, what might my forecast sales be? What do we forecast this stock to be at a certain level, and giving you a level of probability. And you don't have to dig in and do crazy spreadsheets or anything like that. It's just asking a question. And that now enables everyone. If you can speak, you can do analytics.
Right. That changes the way we
use
data, the way we think about data. How do you see it impacting us?
The whole user experience. So I was very skeptical at first when I first was reviewing some of these products on natural language. Would anybody read this? And I wasn't thinking at the time making the mental leap to just communicating, because it just wasn't quite there yet. And then as the phone, you could start to communicate with your phone and ask questions and get answers. The bots started popping up. All these different technologies started popping up. Search came out. And once I started seeing all these other things, I thought, oh my goodness, it's really the whole user experience is being recreated and reinvented. And you don't even have to bother with a mouse anymore.
Yeah. And how do you see firms like Sisense kind of adapting to these new realities?
So it's been really fun to follow this particular group. They're very creative. So again, I work with probably over 100 vendors. If I think about all the different vendors I follow worldwide. And this group is super creative. They're based out of Israel and come up with very unique ideas. I saw this demonstration with Alexa and Narrative Science, who was just here earlier. Just being able to ask questions, get answers, and even knowing the contextual meaning of a word. There was a nuance there historically with that. So just saying, well, find me a trip to, I know what I was trying to think exact. Oh, here it was. It was, how much are the tickets to go to a beach destination next week after this conference? And the system being smart enough, Narrative Science and Sisense being smart enough to find the answers and say, well, here are your best chances for locations that are beach destinations, and in that type of thing of being able to know the nuance of language.
Yeah, add that
with
context.
Analytics all the same, it's getting very interesting.
It is very exciting. Well, Jen, thank you so much for joining us here on Facebook Live, and we're excited to see where analytics head and your very exciting future. Thank you.
Yeah, it is really cool right now.
It is really cool right now. Facebook, stay tuned. We have a lot more to come from right here at the Nasdaq market site with the Sisense Eureka conference series.